friends, welcome to my channel. I'm your creator of fun, whimsy, and the occasional chaos, Heather. My disclaimer, as always with my videos, for my new and old friends, my family and I live in a small apartment. I have a 14-year-old daughter that is homeschooled, so she's here all the time. Sounds stupid. She's here all the time. Yeah, she could live here. But, she does have a tendency to get loud when she's playing on her Switch, or they say something silly in class. You'll hear her. Like I said, small apartment, the noise carries. We have two ferrets, one that's going to be 6 months old next month, and she likes to make noise to make her presence known. So does the 3-year-old ferret. My husband and I work weird hours, so I might be shooting a video while he's trying to get some sleep for work, or he may be up while I'm shooting a video. So, and you'll probably hear the TV. You'll hear people walking back and forth. Like I said in some of my prior videos, my crafting area is kind of in the middle of the hub of everything. It's like you go one way, there's a bedroom. You go behind me, there's a door, which I usually, when I do my videos, I block with my crafting storage type container. I block the door with it. And then of course the restroom right here on the side beside me. Today I have for you the completion for my Diamond Grandma's hashtag tailfeathers25 that she has. Debbie Gives Crafty is her co-host of the event. I have the completion of that, which some of you might all, if you've subscribed to my channel from the Diamond Grandma group, you've probably already seen the pictures that I've posted of it. I believe I posted it on the comment posts for this YouTube channel. So I'm just going to show you what that looked like, turned out like. I think it's very nice. I have it sealed already. I'm doing something different with my diamond paintings now, because I found where I can actually not pay a ton to actually get them mounted. I'm going to actually do them myself. To mount them, I'm going to use, they have like the pieces of wood that are on a hanger for plaques and stuff. At the Dollar Tree, I found some. They fit my 30 by 30. It's really nice. I'm gonna do some trimming and some painting, like some background painting before I adhere them. So you'll notice with my completions, I have the washi tape as I'm working on them, of course, so my arms and hands and stuff don't get stuck into the potential overpour of some of the canvases. Well, actually, most of the canvases that I've gotten have just like an edging of overpour, and I hate getting my hand, just the feeling of my hand getting stuck in that, it don't roll with me very well. But you'll notice I don't have, like out there, I complete it, and like I normally with my other ones, with my prior ones, I would go and pull off the washi in order to seal it with the diamond sealant that I've gotten from Temu, which I've showed in my haul too. The older ones that I've gotten are creamy, is like a creamy, and the newer bottle that I had just so I wouldn't run out is it's a clear, but it dries clear, so it's a good thing. And like I also said too, I said, or at least I feel when I look at this, the way you're seeing it on camera is the way you actually see it in person. It's a very nice rendering. I believe I have a few other canvases from the same like producer company, whatever you want to call it, made the AI of these owls. And I forget, I'm not sure exactly which canvases they are, but I do like this company. I probably can't say their name, but I do like this company. They're a very nice company. For this one, the kit number was DH1121. I think they still have it on, they still may or may not have it with Temu. I don't know, I really didn't, to be honest, I did not go back to see if they still have it. But they might have other ones from this company. Like I said, I really do like this company. And I also forgot to tell you what else I have too. I do have, after showing this, I do have a WIP chat that I wanted to get up for Earth Day, but I ended up not getting it up for Earth Day. Because I just had a lot going on. I did have a chance to work on it. I didn't get as much done on the piece as I'd like, but it is what it is. I know I hauled it from Temu. It was called, and it was weird because they're starting to, if anyone's noticed, they named some of the canvases, but other ones of the canvases, depending on the company, they do not name. They just say, oh, image girl, image, fantasy image, cartoon image. This one was basically, they named it, when I looked it up, it was named religious theme. I myself was calling it Mother Earth because the face and all that. And the kit number on it is PCM 515, and it's a 30 by 30, and it is 25 colors. It also came with a key with it. This is what it's supposed to look like when it's done. That's the rendered image. But y'all know that. So, but the English side, I should say. As you can see, it's all random numbers, capital letters. The DMC code is right over here. And I also had to kit this one up a little bit differently than I did with my prior one, being that it's just like the key with the numbers and the letters everywhere. I actually, it came in the little itty bitty bags with the DMC code on it. So of course I still have like I normally do on with my drills and stuff. I put the little label inside of it, like the little baggie inside with the number, and this is also the baggies that the numbers tend to either come in faded or they tend to rub off. So I went over it with a Sharpie. But also the different thing that I did too is with the key, how the key has the numbers that correspond with the DMC code to make it easier for me, because when I started I thought, okay, it's everywhere, it's not going to be a big problem. When I pull my drill containers out of the box that I use while I'm diamond painting, or I should say the three drawer shelf, it was a little harder because I'm thinking, okay, it's everywhere. I'm thinking when I'm working out the alpha or the numeric symbol that I'm looking at, I'm thinking, okay, that's going to correspond with what's on the jar. I'm not looking. Basically, it got to be a pain to keep on looking. Oh, okay, one is. I mean, the only one that was actually in order was one. One was one. I'm like, one was one. So I went on my different drill valves containers canisters. But I went and I put the number of how it was getting, like, the, I'm a loss for words today. Today's just been a very draining day for me. I had to do a lot of running and stuff with my husband. He's trying to start a new job tomorrow. I had an interview a couple days ago, and then that job called me back. I'm a little disappointed because I thought it was going to be a full-time job, but it's part-time, so I'll still have to pick up the same amount of days with the nursing agency that I work with, which I was trying to go and wean myself out of nursing while I was going to go back to school. But you know how life works, how well life works sometimes. Just kind of have to roll with it. So anyhow, like I was trying to say, I was going down by the numbers of how, like, they had the how they had it numbered 1 through 25, and I numbered all the containers that way. That way it was a little bit easier. It's like, okay, on the first drill, I already know it's the right symbol. I just have to kind of look at the key for the symbol and be like, okay, I'm not making a mistake. That way, I didn't have to put them in crazy random order for, like, this is where I got screwed up. Like, I was thinking, and I had to rip out I had to take a whole entire row. Because I was thinking that 2 is 2, when actually 3 is 2. There's not, like, the 2, like the 318 and the 159, there's really not that much of a difference, so to speak. This one's more of a blue-gray, and this is more like a pure type gray. Flip-flopping them, I don't think it really made it that much of a difference, but like I said, I'm not the type of person. I do the kits the way that the person that generated the colors and everything. I do it the way it is. I don't. Since I'm rather, I don't want to say new, because I'm more like brandy dandy new. Like, I'm not green at it. It's the fact that I've only been diamond painting for like 2 to 3 years. I don't want to take artistic, I don't want to say artistic license, but I don't want to take like artistic type creativity. Maybe that's what I'm trying to look for. Just yet. On switching up drills. And that's one of the diamond painting things that makes me a little anxious. Along with, like I said, some of the diamond paints say that you can switch this drill for that drill, and like the white pad. I'm scared to use one of those right now because I am heavy-handed. Like I said, I am heavy-handed in the fact that I've broken, and I've said before, I broke 2 of these because I'm so heavy-handed. They just cracked. I mean, there's some cracks starting in this one. One of my older ones is kind of heavier, but my new one seems to be holding up. So that's why I use this light over top. But I think this canvas also might change my idea on that, because it's a darker canvas. When you see it, you'll understand. The symbol or the letters and numbers are all in blacks and whites, but the fact that there's a lot of blues and a lot of greens like the earthy style seas colors, the darker ones. It's hard to see sometimes. So, like I said, I might be actually, I don't say breaking my rules, but, or my feelings might be changing, that's it. My feelings, I mean, just like square, how I felt at one point in time about square drills. My feelings are starting to change on that. Like, I purchased just recently, like my AliExpress haul, I purchased my first square drill because I thought it would look really nice in square. I had my choice of round or square, and I chose for the one fairy stained glass piece that canvas that I picked up. I believe it was from, and I'm gonna probably butcher the name. Who can? Who can? I believe it's spelled Haucan. I just didn't think it would, because I need to probably look back at, I think I did a completion video that showed one of my pieces that was a stained glass. It was a bride or a princess. I think I named it Bride, like Waiting Bride or something, because it didn't have a name to it. But it's like kind of like the imagery was supposed to be a woman looking through a stained glass window. I didn't think it came through very well as a round drill because there was too much space. I think for pieces that are like stained glasses and certain comic anime type characters, I feel that they should, if they're telling a story, like some diamond art clubs that kind of give me the feel of animation style renderings. I think those look wonderful, like in squares. I mean, some of the people that have done it, that's why I kind of got my idea that maybe things that are like stained glass or comic book character type stuff should actually be done to look like the poppy art, 80s style, 90s style kind of, retro sort of look. Well, I'm going to switch us down to here, get us all set up here, and maybe we can get some painting down before I keep talking everybody's ear off. And we get a lot of chatting done and no WIP, no continuation of the WIP. So, let's just give me a minute. As you can see, I started her a little bit. Like I said, this was the 30 by 30. Forget exactly which company it was from. And like I said, they called it a religious theme. But my game plan for this was to have at least half or so done by Earth Day. But my project for #TellFeathers25 took a little longer than expected. With personal things going on, the holidays. Yeah. As you can see, this one is a dark canvas. You may get a little bit of glare with this. I'm trying to, I try to angle it so it like reflects. Because like I said, this canvas is kind of turning my idea on not having a light board. Like, I know right in this area, right where the light is, you can see a lot of the glare. I was actually thinking about using wax paper maybe to diffuse it. I just have not gotten the chance to do it. But, like I said, I've also been using this diamond, this metal roller that I got technically it was like reduced. I got like three. I got to pick like three gifts. One reduced and the other two free through AliExpress. And I was curious about how these worked. I've heard a lot of people that do use these or have tried them do not care for them. And like I may have said in the prior, when I hauled this, I should say, in my prior video, I did mention my cons on why I really don't like this per se. I don't like the, I don't really like it because when you do, depending on the stick of your canvas, it has a tendency, my new pen's arguing with me, it always argues with me about, like, I try to load it with as much glue as I did my other steel tips, and being that this is like a plastic tip, it hates me. But, like I was saying about the roller, the cons for me, like, I like how it keeps everything really nice, and it makes my projects look a lot more neater. Then I can do the diamond drill rows. Like, I can do them a lot neater. And then I can do them freehand. But as you see, like, I'm pushing down this ruler in order to see if I have any drills that I need to stick here, because it after a certain amount of use, like, I use this ruler the whole time doing that project, and no, I mean, I know now that they come in different sizes. I thought this was actually honestly the largest size, but I know they come in different sizes, and it just rolls up on me now. Like, I probably need a larger size. And I don't want to make it sound like, oh, I don't really want to waste the money, because it's really not a waste. To me, it's really not a waste of money, because, like, I do tend to mount these, like, tend to and plan to mount these for my business and sell them. Like, putting that, this was a canvas from Temu. Like, this is a canvas I purchased from Temu. This is the, kit number. And, like, put that, like, I was the one, because I know, like, Temu and AliExpress and stuff, they do use license art. And sometimes, like, people do not get the credit for the new license art, but I figure, I'm selling this, like, I sell the keychains. Somebody always says this on them. I do put on my things that this is, an art kit from Temu or AliExpress. Like the product, whatnot, is from there. I've just created it, and this is how I've done. I've used this in my projects. That's pretty much what I think of, like, okay, I use other things in my projects. I use different beads, different, little sculptures, statues and stuff of the things that I make and create, and I honestly don't see that any differently yet. It does suck that the budget-friendly places that you can buy your canvases and, like, your diamond, any type of, like, diamond painting kits and stuff, that, they are the artists and stuff aren't getting paid. I mean, it would suck that I wouldn't get paid for something that I created. But, you know, I kind of feel like it's really not my fault. I need these canvases and different other diamond art items. I mean, we're made to be enjoyed. And if somebody's gonna enjoy what I've created, or at least made out of something else that somebody has made, that like somebody else has made the picture, and then AI has generated it for me to go and take care of and produce. And it's not like I'm getting like 5 or 6 canvases of the same thing and then just, you know, diamond painting them in order to sell them. No, it's just certain things. Like I got coasters one time, and I turned them. And I mean, they were like little gnomes, and I had gnomes. I had stuff that they had like cats on them. I had turkeys at one time. They all were listed as coasters. I changed. I made the turkeys into like little ornaments. I made a few like the black cats, like Happy Halloween for ornaments. There's something else I did for ornament. Like I believe it was turkeys and leaves I did for ornaments. And I sold them as such. I just kind of I switched them out. Like I put some baker's twine to make them ornaments, basically. Back to since I trailed off with my little ADHD brain, I should say. It just kind of trailed off of me. Another disadvantage that, like, I found with this was, I mean, like I said, I probably for a project like this, I probably would have, or should have found out beforehand if they had a larger ruler. But that wasn't what was offered to me with that gift. With the 3 gifts, the 1 free and the 2 free and the 1 reduced price. But like I said, it rolls out because this is places that I've went and I've lifted up to just switch and replace. And like I said, depending on your canvas stick, if it's a really sticky canvas, I've had to stick my release paper. I had to stick it underneath, like right. It's gonna stick because but underneath here, when I laid it down, I had a full release paper underneath it because it wanted to stick. It wanted to stick to the owl canvas and not come off. When you lift it, more times than not, your drills, you'll hear them pop in as you push them down into the roller. But when you go to lift that roller to replace it and move on to like the next section, the next size section, which I believe this grid ruler is like 240 drills, I believe. But when you go to move it, the majority of those drills are stuck. They're still stuck, like they'll snap in like they're snapped and stuck to the canvas. Like there's no rolling, but when you lift it, some of them are still, there's only I think 1 or 2 times where I've lifted the roller and the rollers come up clean with no additional drills. So it's kind of frustrating, I guess. I mean, there's really nothing you can do. It's just the design of the item. And then it's just kind of like these trays too. After you use it so many times, you have to rub it down with the rubbing alcohol, or everything will stick to it. Because there'll be wax, and it'll help you feel stick, and it's a pain in the tuchus, but I'm getting used to it. And I mean, that might be a lot of the issues, is the fact of getting used to it. Getting maybe a large, like I said, maybe a larger roller. So, now that I've got on my slight soapbox about that, about how I kind of feel about these rulers, and a lot of other people kind of feel the same way, because the fact is, they're just hard to use. They're not really hard. They're just a pain, because maybe that's not the right word either, because I'm using one. They're more time consuming. That's what it is, really. Because even, like I said, I went slow to lift it up, and I was still getting Klingons. Clingers to come with. Yeah, but all in all, I mean, it's easy to use and stick, and then you've got your meat area. So, like I was saying too, I'm probably going to be eventually in a future video pop up with having a light pad that I use, especially for darker canvases like that. It's like my eyes are not getting any younger. I know y'all probably don't believe this, but I am almost 50. And my eyes, with looking at it's not that I have farsightedness and astigmatism. Family history of diabetes. So usually about this age, our eyes start to get funky on us and start acting like ridiculous. Mine, and I want to say it's probably, it might be diabetes or whatever. I'm not insulin dependent diabetic, but I do control my diabetes with diet. I was for a while watching my diabetes with a monitor and one of those little hickeys that went on your arm. That was a nuisance. I mean, I guess it was. I mean, yeah, I say it's a nuisance. It was a 50-50 thing. Like, it was a nuisance because it's just like every 2 weeks I was changing. I had to go and basically stab myself in another part of my body in order to place this device for my cell phone to go off. It felt like all the time to go off, just so it could tell me, hey, guess what? We're monitoring that your sugar is off the charts. Go in and I can't put my little straight one, but it's still good like that. Oh, that one. That's fine. Step 6, which is goofy. Like I said, it's kind of annoying too. But I guess it could be better than the latter. 7 and 4. Do I have any 4s? I do, good. So, and this piece here, let's get off the subject of my house because it's kind of depressing. Or at least that aspect. But, it's the fact I can't really see well. It's more like, with my eyes, like, it's more light sensitivity kind of thing, I guess. Because certain light, I can see a little bit better in. Like, really bright light, blinded in a freaking bat. And I know it's not the saying, like, to say blinded in a bat, because bats can see very well using, like, their sonar vision and things like that, but I myself, I have a hard time, like, seeing clearly when things are when the light is very, very bright. Whereas in dim light, it doesn't affect my eyes as badly. And I was told that's potentially issues with being borderline diabetic and having diabetes in your family, that messes with your eyes. So I do what I'm supposed to do, get them checked, and they're like, oh, looks good, no glaucoma, no this, no that. I'm like, cool. Just tell me what my prescription is, and I'll go and get new glasses when I need, and contacts yearly. Oh, it's gorgeous. Like I said, it's been a long day, long week. I'm just running here, running there. The other day, I mean, I don't know what shows y'all are watching. I know I have a longer list now of shows to watch. Like, I have shows that I watch with my husband. He gets mad when I stream them and get in episodes further than he's watched. Because of him working. But the other night, which I had planned, like I said, I planned to do this video, do this with chat. And then I also have a small Dollar Tree haul that I have to, I know this is making it sound like a job, but that I'd like to go and do, because I'd like to actually put away the items that I bought. I'd like to, like, mark them down that, yeah, I purchased this, and put them in the bins that they belong. But that'll happen eventually, I hope. But I haven't got a chance to do that, too. That's laying back here somewhere in a box. But my husband got me into this show. I believe it's on Amazon Prime. They only have one season, which we ended up blowing through that season. It had Kevin Bacon and Jennifer Nettles in it. Oh, there's so many others too. But off the top of my head, that's the only two people that I knew exactly what their names was. I mean, there was a few other people that were in it that I've seen them in other programs that we watched. I believe it was called Bondsman, where he plays like a supernatural, basically demon bondsman, because of the things that he did when he was alive. He basically was killed sent to hell came back in order to get demons that escaped. And it's pretty good. I mean, at first I didn't think I'd like it, but I do like this. It's kind of like if you watched Buffy or not Buffy, Angel, Supernatural, even like Grimm. It's kind of like a mixture of that type style, and it was pretty good. Like and my husband goes, "Oh, well, we just finished that." I said, "You gotta be joking me." I'm like, "We're gonna watch that together." I mean, like we watch. My husband got me into watching. Oh, it's Sheldon. It's Sheldon's brother. What's his name? Ricky, Randy, something like that. I know his wife's name is Mandy, but it's like I think it's something like Rick and Mandy, or I can't think. But it's like their first marriage, and we're like, because I know in like the young Sheldon program, when she had gotten pregnant, she was living with his grandma. Kind of like she just left her parents' house. But in this one, they are both currently living with his parents, and it's a goofy, decent show. And then my husband then also got me into watching Papa's House, which I was kind of disappointed to hear this week that they are canceling it, because that was a pretty decent show considering some of this other, pardon my French, garbage that they have on TV that is supposed to be family television. And which I kind of found kind of hypocritical, I guess, about it. But, I mean, yeah, there was some innuendo kind of stuff in it, sort of, that you kind of pick out, but it wasn't like it was disgusting and like gross and like vulgar. God, I sound like my grandmother. Bless her soul, but I sound like my grandmother for that. But she didn't like that kind of stuff either. She was disgusting. She'd always yell at my pop for it. For watching, I mean, watching some kind of risque humor type stuff. Like at first, like they used to watch. My grandparents used to watch Married with Children. That was like I believe it was on it was either like Saturday or Sunday. It was on like Fox when I was a teenager. And my grandma at one point she was fine watching it. And then she got to the point where she told my grandfather, she said, "That's disgusting. I'm going to bed. Do we have to watch this?" And like she just, at first, you know, she thought it was funny. And then she's like, "This is just all real. I don't want to watch this anymore." And it's weird because I feel like I'm starting to get that way. Like my husband and daughter, like my husband lets my daughter watch like Tosh. I guess Tosh 2.0 or something like that. And I don't care for that either. I mean, maybe back in the day I'd care for it, but I just don't care for that bathroom type potty humor type stuff. And like I understand it's on later on, and it's just, no. I'm not a fan. Let's see. So, how's y'all's days going? Let's see. 11, which is 6. Like I said, my day was pretty busy today. But it was nice. I mean, yeah, it did rain, and it cooled off a lot. Like it cooled off our apartment a lot. And I like And then my husband left it when it was raining because it really wasn't coming in with the way our apartment is. It was supposed to be on the first floor. It wasn't coming in the windows, as you would think, because it was, I guess, the rain was more like pouring downward. It wasn't pouring sideways where it would come in the windows, which was nice because I really, because we live in a city. Not a big city, but we live on the outskirts of Pittsburgh. And I don't want to say I'm not used to it. Like, it's fun and all. But I'm more of a country kind of girl. I'd rather, just sit on my porch and watch it rain and smell the. So it's kind of nice, like after the rain, like the smell, the nice clean type smell that came into the window. I thought it was pretty nice. Let's see. As you can hear, my husband being loud. He's probably being loud. I don't know. Probably won't be able to pick him up like he picked him up the other day when he was making Easter dinner and had all kinds of fun dropping stuff because my daughter had put away dishes. And I'm just sitting there kind of chuckling in the crafting area because he couldn't find out where she put stuff because she's just up and she'll put stuff away, but she puts stuff away in such random places just to do it. Like, I'm not saying the kid's lazy, but the kid's lazy. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, if she doesn't want to do it, she'll half booty it the whole way. And her dad thought it was me that put stuff in the wrong order because he had just rearranged the kitchen area because that's his thing. Because he wants to, since I do the craft vending shows and stuff, my husband wants to eventually get a food truck, get certified, and so we can have a food truck and go to all these different vending areas and we can travel. I can do my crafting creations and he can run the food truck. But right now it's not currently feasible. He's still trying to get his schooling in and the certifications that he would need in order to pursue. But hasn't happened yet. So crossing our fingers that it will happen. But yeah, so he organized it the way that he had learned that things that in a culinary atmosphere, culinary kitchen, should be set up for easier access, and so he could get himself used to when he does go to his culinary arts classes, which currently right now and this is not funny. He used to be a manager at Subway. He worked different little places like that. Currently he is currently the opportunity he's working these days is laying asphalt. That's like a lot, it's like a 180, 360, whatever you want to call it, from what he wants to do and what he's doing, currently doing. And I support him in that aspect. And he's got figure out a way somehow to achieve his dreams. But like I said, he's doing what he can. It just sounds, I don't know, it doesn't like sound, but it's kind of different that like he leaves the household, but he's going to be in the kitchen cooking. But nobody really wants to give him that opportunity to show what he can do in a kitchen from running a kitchen himself, because people discriminate. I mean, not outright, but around the bend, around the way, discriminate against him because when he was younger, he'd gotten into some trouble and with the law, had done some time in jail, and people discriminate against him because of that. Because they don't feel some jobs, certain kitchen jobs, don't feel that he could have changed. Even though he was doing like his, when he was in jail, he was doing his kitchen programs, doing some kitchen programs there, like he was working in the kitchen, and he learned a lot of prep and had experience when he was like doing his time to pay for the offenses, that he ended up being guilty of. Living in a lot that he didn't do certain things. So that is where we are on that. But like I said, anything new going on with any y'all out there, any summer plans starting to brew, because I know my daughter's anxious. Granted, even though she's in summer, like cyber school, she has a little bit of plans for summer. Yeah, I know, I've said before that she doesn't like to leave the house. Certain times she does. During the summer, she's not a big fan of swimming. Because she really honestly doesn't know how to swim. I told her I would pay for her to get some swimming lessons at like the local Y, or even like the local pool, community pool. And she's like, oh, it's just no. But like she does like to do certain things like outside, like when you can get her to do it. She's interested in like fishing and camping. Granted, she learns when you do it, but she wants to do it. But she's so complicated, I guess. Just a typical atypical teenager. If she can go and be stubborn about it, she'll be stubborn about it. I don't know if I change her. Maybe her attitude sometimes, but she is what she is. She was talking again about getting a summer job, but a lot of but she had a job prior to it, and her husband worked in Subway. She worked alongside my husband while she was in school, but they changed their policies, and she was like, due to her age, they wouldn't even, like, their insurance, their business insurance wouldn't let them grandfather her in. So she was kind of disappointed that she lost that job because she really liked it. But I told her, I said, a new opportunity will come up. I said, you just may have to take some time off, and maybe when you turn 15, you'll have a better shot. And then, you know, she did the typical one, but I'm gonna work on it. It's like, okay. Like, I can't begrudge her on wanting to work. But in the same aspect, I try to tell her, you know, you can't fight City Hall on that. Like, you can't change their policies because their company's the one that's putting these policies in place, and they have to have a reason. I said, probably the reason being is that your insurance won't pay for you being a minor to work and do what you were doing and you were trained in, because then they would have to pay you less. And she's like, how can they do that? And I said, it just happens. They would have to pay you and the other people work with her, because they would have to somehow find a way to pay for that whole increased cost of that insurance. She didn't like the answer, but that's the answer she got from it. I'm gonna have, not that I want to, I'm gonna probably have to finish the rest of what I got going on here off camera for this one. I would say it's short, but I babbled a lot. But shut off the light here if it wants to shut off. Okay. So we can see what it looks like so far. Yeah, you can see I have some spots that I need to still fill in, and now I have this whole part of the canvas. But this is what I got finished over so far. I may or may not do another WIP and chat with this one before completion, but I even posted, I have some DIYs that I'd like to do also, some crafting DIYs, so I have those in the works, the thoughts in the works for that, but glad y'all could join me. Had a brain fart there. So, okay guys, thanks for joining me, and as always, if you like my channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up if you like this video, and if you didn't like this video, you can give me a thumbs down. I won't feel offended. It was kind of a low energy type video. Also, that little bell icon down below, click on it if you'd like to receive notifications, any updates that I do to the channel, when I be notified when I post new content, post a poll, post pictures of any of my crafting events, any new crafts or new diamond paintings or completions of diamond pictures or completions of diamond paintings that I've made videos of but may not have posted, anything like that. Also, shares and comments are appreciated. We like them here at Notorious Whimsical Creations. It only lets us know, how we're doing, how we can improve, what you'd like to see. I mean, if there's a specific diamond painting craft thing, if I can figure out how to do it or get that canvas, we'll do a WIP and chat for it, or we'll go and we'll do a DIY for that. So I'm gonna be getting off here in a little bit. Like, after I'm done with this, of course. I'll be finishing the row and I'm getting off. So, I'm gonna leave you with this final thought, like I always do. With a world full of unpleasantness, try to keep your life filled with fun, things that make you happy, and sparkle them with a side of whimsy. Till next time, YouTube land.